Hi, this is an unboxing and review of the AGPtek Rippl-TV Android box. This is a nice Android box that features a quad-core CPU and an octa-core GPU. It came in a nice little package like this, and you have some information here on the side. So here you have a 4K output, you have XBMC, you have Android 4.4 KitKat, that's for the OS, and then you have dual-band Wi-Fi 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz. Here you go, you can see here's the Cortex A9 processor. You also have here for the GPU the Mali 450 octa-core GPU, and then you have 2 gigs of RAM, so this is plenty of RAM, is DDR3, and then you have 8 GB of storage, and that is expandable via the slot. So that's all about the unit, and some more icon here. It does AirPlay, Mirrorcast, those kind of things. There is a QR code over here to go to Rippl-TV. For the unit, it does come with a free bonus memory card reader. So this is a nice little USB plug into one of these guys here, and then you get some memory card. It will read memory stick, memory duo. It does SD card. It also does micro SD and those other things. And that's basically about it. So let's just put this to the side here, and let's unbox it and see what's coming inside. And inside here, up top, you are presented with the Rippl-TV. It's a small little box. This box is roughly about the size of my Western Digital, but it's a little bit more square and a little bit bigger than the Apple TV. The Apple TV is probably about this big, so this box is a little bit bigger than that. Put it to the side for a second here. You have the little setup guide, small little setup guide here, some information, pretty simple. At the bottom here you have the small little control, a very nice full-fledged control here. Take a look at that in a minute. There's a foam here, let's take this away. And then at the bottom of the unit you have an HDMI cable, very nice. And then you have the little power brick adapter here. So here's that little small remote control. I really like the size of this remote control. Really nice size here. It's a lot smaller than my previous Android TV control, and it has a pretty comfortable feel to it. Almost an Amazon Fire size here. You have power button, look like Internet Explorer, volume, so that's probably the browser. You also have here the D-pad, it look like brightness control, menu, home, return, and then you have the numpad here. You have the look like cancel, and then you have the mouse click button down here. So that's the whole unit. Let's see what kind of battery it uses. Look like I use 2 AAA. I don't see any AAAs included, so probably need to put some AAA in that. So here you can see that's why it's called Rippl-TV. You got a little ripple effect up top here, and look like it's like that. Let's see what's the front. You got a light here. I believe that is the front. That is the front. There's a little light here, the LED indicator look like it. At the bottom you have a nice little feet with ventilation. To the right side of the unit you have a little memory card reader, look like an SD card reader here. In the back you have some ports, look like you have 2 USB ports here. You have a HDMI out, there's a full size HDMI. You have here at the bottom some ventilation, look like it. They look like memory card reader, but I think they're just ventilation. You got an Ethernet port here, you got AV out, and then you have optical, and then you also have a power cord here. And none of these cables are included, so we're just gonna use the HDMI and see what's going on here. So the unit itself is pretty light, and it's made out of plastic totally, as you can see. Has a shiny top, so just gonna attract some fingerprint and dust. But other than that, pretty nice little unit. So here's the remote for the Rippl-TV, as you can see. Really nice smaller remote. I love the size of this remote compared to some of my other Android TV box. So in comparison, I want to show you the Apple TV remote, as you can see here. So it's roughly a little bit longer than the Apple TV remote. So you can see down in that corner is where it is right now, and there's a blue light up front when I turn it on. You can see it come on. So first time you turn it on, it's gonna take about a minute or so to set it up. It's gonna ask you a few questions, ask you to log into your Google Play, etc. And this is basically your home screen here. So if you press the home button on the remote, you will get the option of launching either the media launcher or the Rippl-TV. The Rippl-TV is basically just a customized version of XBMC, and with that you can do some streamings and have some of the add-on for it. I'll show you that in a few minutes. But right now let's just look at this launcher. So in this launcher here, it's a pretty simple TV setup. You can see very simple. So as you can see up top there, you have the USB port plug-in. I have a external little remote control which I plug in, and I use this to easily control the device. You also have the Ethernet connection, which I'm using right now. I'm using the Ethernet. I'm pretty close to the port, so that's why I'm using the Ethernet. The Wi-Fi works pretty well on this though. So let me show you some of the menu here, and online video, so you can add more. Basically just shortcut to application. It's like category. So right now I have YouTube and Twitch. I'm going to show you YouTube, for example. So as you can see, it loads pretty fast. Right now I'm signed in, so you can see all the different stuff I've been watching. See, very organized and very easy to use. You can see. So we're gonna just click on something and play something real fast here. Let's see how fast it loads. You can see very quickly. And go back, so I can press home again, and it will ask me if I want to use the media launcher. I'm just go ahead and use that. So let's go to Twitch, for example. This is how fast this box loads. That's really fast, as you can see. So you can play some of the stream online here, for example. So let's just try one of the Counter-Strike stream here. Twitch does take a little bit of time to load for me. I think that's just because of Twitch. It's playing a commercial right now, I guess. So you can see, you can press the back button, take you back a little page. So browsing the device using this remote is pretty comfortable. It's really easy, and I really like this new Twitch setup also. So I can go ahead and go home for a second here, take you back, and you can add more apps here to your online category if you choose to. So you have my recommendation, this kind of crap that you can put in here. They added stuff that they think you use and you're going to bat it out. You have Skype and stuff like that. Let's go to setting real quick. On the setting you have network here, and with network you can pick Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Display, you can turn automatic display. For some reason with the automatic detection it always seems to pick 720p, so I went ahead and turned it off and just picked my 1080p here. This does support up to 4K display, I'll show you, but my TV doesn't do 4K, so I can't really show you that. And let's go all the way up to 4K 30Hz, as you can see here. And in advanced you have mirror cast option, you can turn it on. That works pretty well. And then you have some audio setting here, and then finally you go to other. So you can see here under other you have the model number Rippl-TV, and you have the utility OS, which is KitKat 4.4.2. For down here you can do system update, for example. Right now I don't think there's any update, but we can just do a check real quick here. So it say it fell. Yeah, I remember. This always give me this error, so it doesn't really can't find the update right now. So I think you have to go to their website and see if there's anything, but right now there's no update I can get with this guy. And if you go to more setting, it will take you to your typical Android setting. You can see here Wi-Fi, all your stuff. Android 4.4.2 again, same information up front. So my app are definitely all the app that you have here that are installed. You can see some of these other apps here, Super User, TeamViewer, for example. On the music, you can just have the same thing, music app. You can add more stuff to it. Local, you can browse your local using this app here. So you have a local file USB stick now, for example, I have in here. So under local here you can you know, play movies from the USB stick here. I got some videos here, for example, show you one of my video. Let's play. There you go, one of my YouTube video. Come up pretty fast. So overall units is really responsive. No problem at all with all the app running in the background. Other than that, these are some other shortcuts to launch some of those apps, for example. And you do have your Google Play Store. We'll go back here page. It's right now in the main store. The only tricky thing about browsing with the remote like this is it's great for using these applications, but for example you want to type something, for example here, let me just go to the search bar somewhere up here. Yeah, search bar. It'll bring up a keyboard and then you have to kind of browse to it, click. So what I did is I plug into one of these guys. Just plug into that guy right now. So it's a small little full USB keyboard with the little touchpads, and you can use this to browse your device, as you can see here, and the touchpad works pretty well. And you can see you can with that you can just start typing and it will start typing the letters. So it's a lot faster to input text. So other than that, that's what I use this for, mostly to type, to chat. If I need to Skype a little bit, I'll do that, but most of the time I just use the remote because I'm just using this as a media consumption device. It seems to work pretty well. Let's go home real quick and let's go to Rippl-TV this time. This is the XBMC customized version. And here's that Rippl-TV. This is basically a customized version of XBMC. This is not running Kodi yet. You can actually update it to Kodi. When I launched this the first time, it asked me if I want to update to Kodi, and there's some instruction you have to do. You manually have to do that update because Kodi, I guess, is a little bit different. Same with my other Android box, I have to manually update it. So you have to go to the Kodi website and download it. It does come with a bunch of different, for example, App Store. You can do video. There's a bunch of add-on. So they have a bunch of streaming plays. For example, here this Genesis, iFilm. So you do have a variety of options here. You can watch some streaming stuff on here. It's very nice, and it's really fast. If you want to, you can install the normal XBMC on top of this, but this is just a customized version of that. So as you can see, overall it's a nice little unit. You can do all kind of stuff with it. It's a full-fledged Android device, and with the power that it has, it's pretty fast. It has an A9 Cortex with a quad-core processor and a octa-core GPU, which means there's 8 GPU So there's 8-core GPU in there, so playing game is gonna work pretty well on this. My only concern with this is that using this remote, you're gonna have a hard time playing some games. So you do have to add in something like an Xbox 360 controller, those kind of things, and it works quite well. So the only thing that I wish this remote has is maybe some media button, because you know, sometimes it's hard to find the button here to press play or to pause. So you do have one option. You press this little mouse button right here, for example, just a little mouse button, and when you do that, it gives you a cursor. And with the cursor, it's pretty slow, but you can move around, for example, here. And using this cursor, you can press stop on screen. So sometimes Android has a pop-up, and you can't really access that with the directional pad. So you can use the little Android mouse here. You can turn this up right here by pressing this. You can see here Netflix starting to pick up, and now the quality is a little bit nicer. I have really no gripe with it, and so far it's been really fast. I've been using it for over 2 weeks now. So I hope this short little review helped you in your purchase decision. And if you have any question, please let me know in the comment below. And as always, stay tuned for future review. Thank you.